Hello and welcome everybody, this is MoS. I sort of wanted to show you guys what I've been doing. I've been trying to learn how to play StarCraft. So this is just me against the computer, just trying to work on my macro a bit, so don't worry if I don't call mules, if my army sucks. I'm just trying to remember to use hotkeys and trying to, in general, make sure that my macro doesn't slip no matter what I'm doing. And I'm just concentrating on macro, and I fail to build supply depots here and there. I fail to do this and that. So basically, one of my first games of practice. But I just wanted to show you the point at which I'm starting, so you know how much I have to work on. And when you see me eventually be decent, you'll know where I started and the steps I took. So here goes. Just playing it really, really fast. Can I zoom out? Nope, let's zoom in. That's zoom in, okay. So, basically, what I was trying to do is just do a generally stupid opening. And, trying to use a macro kind of thing that's supposed to help with learning how to do macro. So, what I was doing is try to produce, if you look at what I'm doing, down here you can see that I'm trying to make sure that I'm trying. What the hell's going on here? If you're looking down there, I'm trying to make sure that I'm having 3 Marines in each there, and 3 SCVs producing, etc., etc., and trying to produce. Yeah, that's what happened there. That's the reason I got supply blocked later. But basically trying to produce 2 supply depots at any time, which I didn't think about after a while because I didn't do the thing. But in general, just trying to get a 200 food army as quickly as possible, and just moving out when I just feel bored, which is what I did. Expanding when I see that I've gotten enough SCVs. I could have expanded several times already. And just sort of figuring out everything and how it all works. And so, hope you guys enjoyed this, and you know, I'll be doing my best to eventually do ladders and figure out how to do it. You know, I was just reading and it said, you know, concentrate on macro first is the most important thing. And so I found a tip of doing it, and that is to have 3 SCVs producing, have 2 or 3 Marines producing in every structure, and try to produce 2 supply depots at any time. That way you have that way your macro's always doing something, and you're trying, you know, not to forget stuff, and you're only doing and you're trying to remember to do the stuff you need to do, and that way if you do forget, you have a minute's worth of stuff, so that way if you do forget, you know, your macro doesn't slip for a minute, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, of course, but it's intended for bronze level players like myself to learn hotkeys and so on. I want to show you, actually, really quick, the APM, and just go back to the beginning, and you can watch my shitty APM on purpose. And you can see that it really doesn't take that much APM, and my APM will get faster as I need it to. And right now, it's low, because you'd expect it to be. And as the game goes on, it should get, in general, faster, because there's more stuff I have to do. And I think it does. And as well, when I get more comfortable, it'll get faster in general. Like you see, my APM goes up to like 40 or 50 sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So, like in the beginning, it was like 10 or whatever average, now it's like 15 average, which means that, in general, my APM is higher now than it was at the begining, and then at some point it will slip off. I didn't realize here that I did that. That was silly of me. But in general, my APM is raising very low, even though it's, you know, not 100, but who cares? Am I doing what I need to do? That's the question. Also, I have Facebook money. So, something that I would want to work on once I get the general idea of what I'm supposed to be doing with macro is, then I would diversify my unit mix and try to spend my minerals more effectively and pay attention to that more effectively, and so on. So, definitely that sort of thing. I mean, the whole macro thing is training me to look down here at what I'm supposed to be doing. Like you can see right now what I'm doing. I'm attempting, like if you look, I'll start at the beginning. You can see this. I'll show you sort of what I've been doing, and you can sort of see what I'm looking at when I'm looking at it, and what I'm trying to do. It's on my camera too, so you can sort of see what I'm doing. It's on fast, so obviously, something's a flicker, but that's not the point. The point is you get to see sort of what my thinking is and what in general I'm looking at. And yes, I haven't figured out all the keyboard stuff yet, but that's to come. And so, while this could have been a 3-minute video, we're gonna watch it a couple of times only because I want to show you that this is my beginning point. I will get better. I will stop sucking eventually. But you have to start somewhere. You can't be automatically the best player in the world. You have to start somewhere, and I wanted to sort of show that my APM is low, although I'm macroing decently. I'm not going to say it's great, I'm not going to say it's horrible, because at least I'm doing shit. At least units are getting produced, and that's better than nothing. So, I have to say that supply depots need work, keeping my money low needs a bit of work, and work on the keyboard. That's like the 3 things I'm going to be working on. Once I get that, then I'll start working on unit mixes, build orders, and so on. That's a later thing. But I just sort of wanted to show what I'm looking at. And see, my macro could slip right there. But it doesn't matter because I already won the game. But still, that's another thing that I'd have to work on. Again, this is just my first, one of my first games. I think I've only played a handful, maybe 10 or so games, 15 games maybe at most. So I really don't know how to play StarCraft. So what I'm doing now is I'm saying, you know what, I'm just going to focus on macro, because macro is where it's at. And if I can get macro down well, I can worry about micro and all that other fancy stuff later as I get into higher leagues. So to get into the higher leagues, I'm going to need my macro to be better. So something to say is that when I do finish my placement matches, I should be in silver. If only that's because I beat a bronzy, because he was even worse than me, which is kind of hard to believe. So yeah, that's just the state of what I'm doing here. I definitely have to work on my game a little bit more, and I thought I had sent all these guys to go make a command center here and sort of repopulate it, but whatever. Point is, this is where I am in StarCraft, and I'll post games here and there as I get better, and league matches and all that fun stuff. So, when I do get comfortable enough with macro, I'll probably end up doing a couple of ladder games, and I'll sort of show off how I'm doing. And those will actually be my placement matches. I have 3 left. I've done 2 of them, and I won 1, lost 1. So that's why I said I'll probably end up in silver, because I'll probably lose the last 3 of them. But that's not a big deal. Just is what it is. So this has been MoS. I hope you guys enjoyed and are looking forward to seeing me suck and eventually not suck. So see you guys.